Right, well peeps, Project Ironhide is a go. The chassis came in yesterday and I've already extended it, and yes, it's not showing very on here being black, but I mean I've got some niggles to sort out, like the chassis didn't come with any mounting posts, body posts, so the thing is just sat right now. Paintwork is finished, but I totally and royally messed up the front. I'd masked off all this part here to paint it silver. Unbeknown to me, the silver Tamiya paint that I had about 20 years old, and it just sort of went pfft, and it spurted out everywhere, and it has ruined the black paint because it's all sort of splurted. Now luckily I have one of these chrome pens which I touched up the eyebrows, I'm going to call them. So yeah, I've applied the decals, which I wasn't going to do. I was going to do some like blue lighting inside the grill, which is why I left it clear, but anyway, it looks proper. So right, now these are not the wheels that were supposed to be on this. Now I had these are from my MN86K, which is under the Fall Guy truck right now, and I thought these are very similar to the they're not, I'm not from America, and I'm not really au fait with all the specs from American trucks, but they're like truck wheels, they're like semi wheels, but they're like car wheels or sort of somewhere in between. Anyway, I thought these was as near as I have, but these are 1.9s. Now I dug out these, thinking these would be perfect for this. I've had them about 20 years. They're too big. Now they're little wheel arches, so this is a true definition of a tiny tyre truck. These are actually from the original wheels from the CC01 Landfreeder that the Blackfoot body is sat on now. Now, Tamiya don't tell you this because they say they're 1.9s, but these are actually nearer to a 2. They are slightly, ever so slightly bigger than the 1.9s. So these tyres, which are a bit bigger than normal 1.9s, which I have none of here right now, don't fit these. They sort of slob around a little bit, like these. If you see, look, they just sort of don't. These are for Tamiya. These are for these wheels. These fit these wheels perfectly, but they don't. They're just too big. Just like 1 mil too big. So nobody told you that. Anyway, so them wheels don't come out. This chassis came with these wheels. Now obviously they are way too big for that. Now I want this to look like the one in the movie, so I've got some stuff to do. This chassis, which I'll show you in a moment, came with this bumper. Don't look too bad at first glance until you realise it's completely hollow. This is so crap. Anyway, I was going to put this bumper on. I was going to remove this part because it doesn't have a stinger on Ironhide. I don't know if I will. Right, so how have I done this? Because no standard chassis is this long, because this is actually an Emax E-Revo shell. Right, anyway, I just want to show you, I painted some satin parts on it, which don't stand out at first glance, but they really do make a difference. Like the truck bed is satin, and you can see the line there. So yeah, I think apart from messing up the lights, this turned out rather well. I flatted the handles as well, and then decided to use the stickers so you don't see them. Right, now I cleared the kept the marker lights clear. I suppose I'll do them blue. They are blue on the real Ironhide. Right, now this is, let's move this to one side without trying to tip everything. Excuse the absolute bomb site. I've literally just finished this about 5 minutes ago. Right, now these are, basically this is an Endura SCX10-2 clone. It's cheapo. I paid £109 shipped for this, and I tried to find one without the wheels because I didn't want the wheels, but this was actually cheaper with the wheels than the ones without. Now these are old SCX10 skid plates that originally came on the HSP that ended up being the Chevy up there. Yeah, up there. So these are just leftover pieces. Now this rear drive shaft, there's about 3mm in there. It is barely holding on. I could just probably pull that out if I wanted. So I couldn't run it like this. I do need a longer drive shaft for that. Now basically these are from the F-150. Now if anybody watched the video I posted today of the little running video, these are from that F-150. Now they were too long, but incidentally they are exactly the right length without any adjustments for this. Now I think Endura, the company that makes Endura parts, made these are from my Land Rover, which is a double Eagle E101 1/8 scale Defender 110. Now I think Endura had something to do with the chassis for that, because it's very, you'd have to see them both together, but they do look like they were made by the same people. The plastics, the moulding, the style of it, it just, even though this is a clone of something else, you can just tell it's made by them. It's got their name written all over it. So I wasn't too surprised when these fit perfectly, and the look, with the exception of this little hex for a spanner on there for adjustment, they look exactly the same as those. So I think some of the parts, anyway. So yeah, I do plan on getting some new tyres so that I can use these rims. I've actually thought about using these. I mean, the 1.9s come with these natty little centre caps that you screw on, which I have. Well, they're on there somewhere. Who knows where? It even came with some additional spare link rod ends. Always handy. I'm thinking about replacing them with these, which would lower it. If I attach them to there, it would lower it quite a bit. If I attach them to the chassis, it would raise it a little bit. So we'll see. They're just friction. They don't have any oil in, but they look cool, don't they? Look good. So there you go. That's this. Right. So let's address the elephant in the room. Excuse the mess. I'm still sorting out for when we don't have no doubt. This thing. Let me just put it down for a moment. This is the failure point. It's the Jazz Rider King Hauler drive shaft. Now this is serious steel that it's made from. The only problem is that little lynch pin there, they drop out, and it failed. It snarled up, and then the power of the motor ripped apart my jerry-rigged part plastic, part metal one. The plastic part just tore apart. So the truck didn't fail. It was my half-ass engineering that failed. Oh yeah, I mean this is the other one. It's this. Yeah. Come on, turn. That little pin there. It's a push fit. They must clamp it in, but eventually with all the vibration it opens up, and then the hole gets big enough for it to just drop out. Design flaw. I could have told them that would happen. So yes, this, I don't know what I'm doing with this. I expected a little bit more wheel speed from it than I got, so I don't know what to do with it, but there you go. So the electronics worked fine. Get it off the worktop. The electronics worked fine, and they're still working. In fact, they work so fine I chewed up the mechanicals. Right, now this is the F-150. As you can see, I've removed the links, and they are the perfect fit. So I had to change the links anyway, so that isn't a big thing. So this was a job I had on the list anyway. So I need to make some links. I probably just enough threaded rod and aluminium tube to redo the links for that. So okay, all right, there we go. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm just so chuffed with this. I can't stop looking at it. I know it's just black, and I know it's not a spectacular paint job. It's just black, but I wanted to build a movie car, and I had this. Now, so far, £109 for the chassis. I paid £54 for the shell 5 or 6 years ago. £7 for the Tamiya PS5 paint, which turns out has been a bit of a thing in the news recently. I don't know how it affects the UK. I know Canada have banned certain colours, banned the whole thing, and Tamiya said they're going to find out which colours are affected the most and which can still come. So I don't know how it affects us here in the UK or anywhere else in the world, but maybe I picked the right moment to buy my PS5 Black. I've got just enough to do the other body shell, because this is backed up with some cheapo direct-to-plastic paint, which I think is actually a very similar chemical recipe to the Tamiya paint, because it goes on the same. So hopefully I'll have enough to do a base coat and then a backing coat with the other paint on the slash size shell. So there we go, peeps. I just wanted to show you this. I love this thing. It needs, like I say, I don't know what to do about the bumper. I'm going to have to cut the bumper off to fit an aftermarket bumper, but I haven't bought the aftermarket bumper yet. My car decided to eat up all my spare money again, my real car, so I don't know when I will get to finish this. I ordered some magnetic body posts, you know, the topper things, but the body posts on this, if I were to use them, come out in the middle of the windscreen. So I'm going to have to make something. Back ones are easy. I'll just stick the magnets under there and they can stick on top of the body post there. The front ones I'm going to have to make something bespoke. I haven't found my wing mirrors yet. I've got some like car like wing mirrors to go on there, and then it's finished. It's working. I've tested it. It runs rather nice actually. I mean, it's not a particularly good crawler by all accounts, but that's not what I wanted it for. It's not going to be a crawler per se. I mean, if it turned out to be a good crawler, then hey, win-win. But yep, anyway, so there we go. Just wanted to update you on what I'm up to. Haven't touched anything else, so it's just this. My spin. Whee! It's so pretty. I'm not going to want to drive this thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. More soon. Bye.